An animated short film, Footsteps on the Wind, has won several awards in various international film festivals, including Best Animated Film at the 2021 Cinequest Film Festival in San Jose, California. This 7-minute short film tells the story of Joseph and Noor, two siblings, a brother and a sister, whose journey as refugees conquered seas and overcame various difficulties in order to survive and return safely to a new land. This animated film, which was produced during the COVID-19 pandemic last year, directed by Maya Sandbar, a filmmaker from England, in collaboration with creative directors Gustavo Leal and Fega Melo from Brazil.
Important to me to do a story about refugees, but from a fresh point of view, and saying it from the point of view of the refugee and of a child, because people forget about the children in many ways, and also we only see the point of view of the evening news, and we see people in rags or shouting or upset, and you don't see what happened like 5 minutes later to put them in that state. So I really wanted to get across the message that people have nice homes that they live in, that they don't want to leave home, and then the journey that they have when they leave, and how difficult that journey is. And the reason we called it Footsteps on the Wind is because when we did the workshop, we put footstep, we looked at their steps, and we did outlines of their feet and did some artwork on papers of their feet. And it was this idea that I had, which was we linked to when you go camping or when you spend the night somewhere, you leave your mark on the grass. The mark stays there, but then afterwards, after a few days, it's gone and it disappears because the wind has picked it up. And so these refugees that are walking and walking and walking, their footsteps are on the wind because they leave a mark, but then the wind carries them. But who's listening to them? And this was the premise of the film.
Sleeping child.
Footsteps on the Wind was inspired by legendary musician Sting and his single Inshallah, which was first released in 2016.
But I'm delighted to have contributed the song Inshallah to this wonderful animated movie which you're about to see. The migration crisis is certainly with us. I'm not sure it's going to go away very soon. But I feel if there is a solution, it can only come from a sense of empathy. And I wrote this song because I imagined myself in one of those boats with my own children or my grandchildren, looking for safety, looking to escape warfare, violence, climate change, disease. Remember, it's about empathy, feeling as if we could be there ourselves.
Meanwhile, for producer Gillian Gordon, this film has a mission to build public awareness of the importance of dealing with refugees due to war, climate change, natural disasters, or poverty.
So after the festival run, what we're hoping is that NGOs, communities, interested groups, children, schools will be able to use the film as a way of talking about the problems of child migration, what it's like to be a refugee, what it's like to live with the trauma of that experience. And we've come up with some educational materials, which we're very grateful for, which you can find on our website, which is www.footstepsonthewind.com. And anybody is very welcome to use them. And if people get in touch with us, we'd be happy to let them use the film without any charge, especially if they're an NGO or a charitable group. So really, the film was made with the idea in mind that it could be useful to help people talk about the issue.
According to the site filmfreeway.com, Footsteps on the Wind, which was released in late 2020, has a budget of around $65,000. The film screening also took place at the United Nations office, celebrating the 70th anniversary of the United Nations Refugee Agency.
I think we did a very important piece for the whole world, actually, and to share our views and our little experience about migration and how those people feel about it, and as well as how it is done, like how it works.
As the director, Maya Sanbar hopes the film would be played worldwide, not only at several international film festivals, but also in other educational institutions and media communities. Naratama and editors Yoga Laksana and Yogi Laksono, VOA, New York.